That's better. I needed that. Any luck?
Well, I asked her, but...
If you're looking to make, they're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get, but adamantite...
And it's beyond my skill.
Unique to Ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it?
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron, but he would have known...
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled, and...
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to...
I can't thank you. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is blood...
Then I suppose I'll meet you back...
Right you are. I'll see you shortly. So, do you crush it up, or just...
The Akashic attacked us out of the blue, and there's no telling when they might be back. Keep that sword handy, Sid.
But all our beds are taken.
Martha. It's good to see you.
And you, Clive. Jill?
Otto said you'd been attacked by Akashic. What exactly happened here?
Those skies are what happened. Not long after they fell dark, we had our first visit. There were hundreds of them. Tried to storm the hill. Only a handful made it up here, but that was more than enough. The rest are still down there now. And while we have a few willing fighters holding them back, they're sorely outnumbered.
What do you think, Clive?
That we join the fight?
I thought you'd never offer. Now, where I need you is the Fallen Gate. That's where... Let the men know you've come to help. Something tells me they'll be pleased to see you.
We're on our way.
Do you think there are as many as Martha says?
More.
You don't think they've abandoned us, do you?
Them not. Not a chance.
Clive, wounded.
We deal with the Akashic first.
These men...
If you've come to...
You are mistaken, my Lord Rosfield. We're here by Madame Martha's leave.
How do you know my name?
Forgive me, my lord. There wasn't time for introductions. We're with the guard...
Wade's men? But how did you come to be here? Where is your commander?
Sir Wade left earlier with a scouting party to find out where the Akashic were coming from.
Did he? Take your wounded back to the inn. Martha will see you're looked after. We'll join you anon.
And to think you...
When did Wade and his men arrive?
Not long after Rosalith fell. The Guardians asked they were making ready to leave just as the skies turned, and we agreed it was best we...
Martha! Trouble! The scouting party's almost... And they've got wounded with them! They're not gonna...
Damn it all.
We'll worry about them, Martha.
You look after everyone here. If any can still fight, send them to the lift.
I will. You two be safe now. The lift can only carry a few at a time. If those Akashic get as far as the cliff, Wade's men will know where to run.
My brothers. Shh, don't try and talk.
Mad dogs. The lot of them.
Squire, I need you to get those who can still walk up the lift to Martha's. But what about... I didn't ask, Oscar. Sir.
Sir Wade.
Lord Rosfield. If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Martha seemed to think you might need some help. And by the looks of it...
We thought we could sneak by them. But we didn't know there would be so many. How could we have?
Behind you!
Damn it! We need to get the injured to safety.
Do you think we can hold them off?
We can certainly try. Are you with us, Sir Wade?
Always.
Then let's do our duty.
Is anyone hurt?
I don't think so.
And yet again, you've pulled me from the flames. It's just a pity I keep walking into them.
You've never been one to shy away from danger, Sir Wade.
I see you're all in one piece.
Martha!
Is something wrong?
The lookout saw smoke coming from down Eastpool way.
A second horde.
Feel like finishing the job.
Always.
Jill and I will make for Eastpool. You'll need to move the injured without her.
Don't you worry about them.
The moment my men are safe, I'll follow. Good.
Mad dogs, the lot of them.
Not here.
How do? That all, is it?
Just patch me up as quick as you can and get me back out there. My brothers need me.
They're headed for the rest.
We have to slow them down. Martha and the others won't be ready.
There's a good boy. Something's coming.
Apologies, my lord. Did I miss anything?
Only the first round, Sir Wade. Shall we? To me, boy. Too slow. Do you see any more?
No.
But it won't be long before the next lot arrive.
Then we make for Martha's while we can.
What did you find out there?
The same as Sir Wade. Scores of Akashic.
Well, wherever they came from, they're gone now. Our lookouts say the lowlands are clear. Hopefully we'll have enough time to lick our wounds.
How many of your men were injured?
A damn sight less than if you hadn't turned up. Thank you.
It was a hard-fought victory. But as long as the skies remain dark, I fear the Akashic's numbers are only going to rise. It's not a matter of if the Horde will be back, but when. And whether that's sooner or later, we'll need to be ready. The inn here affords a good view of the land, and is easily defendable. I'd like to make this one of our outposts.
What do you say, Martha? You'd have more men to guard the rest.
Well, when you put it like that, of course they can stay.
My lord. Oscar, over here.
It is an honor to make your acquaintance, Lord Rossfield. I am Oscar. Oscar of House Murdoch.
Murdoch? I wasn't aware the Lord Commander had children.
Oh, he didn't. But his brother, my father, did. I am Sir Rodney's nephew.
Well, go on, then. It's not for me to ask him.
Yes, Sir Wade. If it please you, my Lord Marquis, might you take me as your squire? I would learn the duties of a shield from the finest.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Oscar. But I am a shield no longer. Nor was I ever the finest. And spending time in the company of an outlaw hardly seems a fitting education for one aspiring to take his oaths.
My Aunt Hannah once told me that a man is not defined by his title, but what he does in its name. You have accomplished much since taking on the mantle of Cid, winning no little honor in so doing. And I would sooner serve under an honorable outlaw than an unworthy shield. Not that Sir Wade and the other Guardians are... I mean to say that, they're...
It's all right. We know what you mean. There is only so much the boy can learn from me, my lord.
But a squire...
Would that really be so bad? You were a squire once. And I'm certain Sir Rodney would approve.
Know that I'll show you as much leniency as your uncle showed me.
I would not have it any other way.
First we find Isabel.
Heard a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the wall.
I saw it with my own eyes. The whole of Oriflamme under a flood.
And we're next.
I can't do it. I can't.
But you can. You must. For me.
lady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes. Yes. Like a Kashik, but different. They've taken so many. I've lost count.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there. Not here.
4 left for more on the captain's orders.
Don't leave me.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days! What more would you have us do?
I would have you do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers. So you have a choice. Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered, or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives! Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if we don't have to. Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Ah, Clive. I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort. But I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
That thing...
Did you see the creatures that attacked?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere. They went for Joseph first, then me, and then...
Do you remember where you were?
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed...
It's all right. It's all right.
But my family...
You're a pikeman, yes?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see the back of them glowing things found me in the meadow.
Leave that to us.
At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
You're safe now.
The 2 soldiers were carrying another. He didn't have any legs.
I
was all they could do to escape. They just left the bodies there in the flood.
Look!
I see them. With me! To me, boy! Help me, boy!
Should I try?
Save your strength.
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall. Isn't that right, Captain?
Yes, milady.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts.
Hearing that the Dane would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the it's not the most selfless of motives, I'll admit. Now me, I never needed convincing. And the people I love. Now, if you don't mind, I have sent...
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems. But it has solved one.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
Was wondering when you had owls from all our friends. How is it you always manage to arrive at...
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the...
Let's see. The nations are still in chaos.
Right.
Clive, now's not the time to second-guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary.
Thank you, Otto.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend. Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Had I but reached out to him sooner, warned him of the threat Ultima posed. But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, 'twas not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since. Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
And I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements. But you, Clive.
You are different. You're special. Your abilities begin with the flames of Ifrit. But they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind?
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. Is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I'm sorry. Inside you?
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
Joshua. Clive, it's Gav. There's an army of Akashic at the gates of Canver.
Well, what's the short of it?
I thought Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
And we shall. Otto, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound. You don't think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree. But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
I'll look after him.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
Seems the hideaway is
Blasted book. Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much. What I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down. So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blooming kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's one heck of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an... Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Ivan said the recipe's in the colour...
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you? Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
What do I owe the honor? What's saying Fordian, do you? And?
What am I gonna...
Is everything all right, Goots? You seem more... discomposed.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I think Nan might be in trouble and she's...
It's all right.
Yeah. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. But she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd never give your...
Don't worry.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she said.
Of course.
So, what'd it be? Not bad, if I do say so myself. That it? Fine.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
It seems the hideaway's lost its appetite.
Lady Karen. How's business?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in...
Can't complain. What exactly are you getting? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affection.
Just asking. Out of interest. All right. I'm here because...
Oh, are you? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dalamil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize. It was wrong of me to doubt you.
Aye, it was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
Of course. Good day. I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did...
That the rumors were unfounded, along with some other things that made her feel... And while it sounds like she may...
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad. But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not. But people do things for all sorts of reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out. That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dalamil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be...
I suppose it is.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Aye, all their fancy silks.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are. All done?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Sid,
I can certainly try.
it's not who, but what. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, my first thought was that which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Perhaps a visit from Sid.
I think it just might. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. They were in the atrium when I last...
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind.
Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the chances.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find...
So the fabled Sanbriquois delicacy... Now, Skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wife.
Dragon livers. How very Sanbriquois.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet, in contemporary parlance. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent, and I may add that people once believed game was best served with...
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other.
Best of luck, Clive. And...
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his own son's spear.
We're all gonna die! You hear me? The Akashic are coming and they won't stop until they...
What do you reckon we should do?
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. It's not a set of
No. Of course it is.
Well, not anymore.
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
But we didn't break them. We just...
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol? Why would she have...
Because that's the only way to become a ninja.
Miss Mididol said, the best way I see Elsa...
Well then, your work is already half done.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting...
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom.
You three need to learn to take responsibility. So let's have a look at these parts with Fresher. All right. Every piece has its own role to play. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. You already know one of the pieces. This is called the arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing.
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Well,
I'll think about it.
Hold things. So wait, maybe...
Good thinking. You're on the right track. This tiny piece is what's called a...
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full...
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and round and...
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move.
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then some...
It's not my fault. You shouldn't have tried...
We know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first.
Not a bad idea. These round parts are called the pans.
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff. But what if I wanted to weigh goods?
What are the chains for? Holding.
Well spotted. Which means some. So.
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. There. All finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three
That's right. We're Miss Middledor's hairs.
Her hairs?
Yeah. Hairs for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are we almost ready?
With a little more help from Miss Middledore and Miss Shirley, I'd say it won't be long at all.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Well, did you solve...
It was as you thought. They dismantled them to see how they work.
Oh, no.
Thankfully, she won't. This might even have been... Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children...
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She'd have them follow in her foot.
I see. Sid, do you know...
She told me it was because her studies had been interrupted by events in Canva.
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full... To anyone else, it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, who lost both her parents to... But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people...
Which explains her heir. She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that.